welcome to a new video. And today we talk about something very complicated, let's say that way, about everything that you see in the media, in advertisement, in magazines, when walking the streets, in outdoors. Things that say, okay, learn something in 3 months, become something or someone in 3, 6 months. Selling things that you can do that normally are very complicated in a very small time frame. But that's not real. This is not like things work. If you're not a genius, you cannot do that in 3 months. Genius probably can, but I myself, I can't. And this is very related to our other videos. If you haven't watched them, I recommend you to watch before this one, because there we explore how we waste time, how our time is not used in a good way. And you can figure out in your life ways to have time to do what you want. And here the very important thing is you normally waste time in a lot of it. Like last video talked about traffic jam, and think that if you have 2 to 3 hours to commute to work, you don't have this time to do what you want. And let's suppose you want to learn a language. Let's use as an example. It can be French, Spanish. Let's use Spanish. I would like to learn Spanish, but there's some courses and things that say you can learn that in 6 months. And that's it's a temptation for us because we don't have time normally. And as someone that doesn't have time, it sounds good, a good idea to learn something in 6 months, and it appears you are capable of doing that. But what happens in the end is you buy that, you think that it's reasonable to do that, and most of it is because you don't have time, so it seems your unique chance to do whatever you want to do in this time. And by the end of the period, like let's say 3 months, 6 months, the sensation is not good. You will not feel good when you thought that you are capable of learning a language in 3 months, but by the end of it, you are barely saying or understanding the basic structure of it. And this is the reason I'm bringing this topic, because it's not only courses and things, because you see a lot of things around the internet. If you watch videos on YouTube or other platforms, even movies maybe, you see people's it's an expectation that things happen in a very fast pace, that everything is possible in a short time. You are used to watch a video of 30 seconds, 1 minute, and it seems that you know a lot of it. Even if you watch a video of like half an hour, you sometimes seems that's everything is to know about that topic, you know already, because you watched that movie. And this is not real. This is not the reality, not the truth. But because you don't have time, you embrace this. And it's the way you will have in that situation to keep our dreams, to keep learning and keep thinking good about things. But the deception is always what happens, because when you are faced with the real challenge of this knowledge and you think if someone asks you about it, you realize that you are just starting to learn it. So, and even more than that, I would like to say it can generate it can create some anxious about the topic, because if you get used to learn everything 30 seconds, 1 minute, 5 minutes, when you get the real stuff, when you are there and faced with the real thing, like here it's a textbook or something to learn, and you need to study like 500 hours, 1,000 hours, you get, no, this is insane. I can't do that. Like, it's impossible to do something like that. You're saying that I need to learn like literature, I need to study and read 100 books to get a taste of it. It's not possible. In 15 minutes, I can generate a small version of each one of the best parts and everything that's important, and I can learn, study this, and it's the same thing. But it's not. It's not. The very important thing I would like to bring in to you today is, if you are wasting your time, that's the problem. No, don't believe that you can do things in a small time that correspond to the real thing. And believe me, I don't know speak English very well, and I took 25 years to get here. Maybe I'm slow, but that's the way it is. It's a hard thing to do, at least for me. Don't believe that a time frame is something like that exists and it's possible to start and end learning something. Learning is a process. To start learning a language, it's a process. It never ends. It never ends. It's every day you learn something new. Get a baby as an example. You are used to say, okay, a baby can learn a language in 2 years, but he can learn the basics, the very basics, even not pronouncing words correctly at this time. Compare a baby of 2 years with a kid of 5, then a teen, and then a young man or girl of 25. That's completely different. They use the language in different ways, in the complexity of the structures and things and acknowledgement. So it's not end process. It's a continuous process. So don't believe you can learn something in a short time or do things in short time, because it causes you only deception and this is stimulation, because you stop to do that thing because the thing you are thinking that you are not able to do that. Let's say I want to start practicing meditation, and in the beginning it's a very hard thing to do, and in 5-10 minutes you can do that, then 3 days, 1 week you can't do that, and you start thinking, okay, I am not able to do, I'll stop doing that, nothing's happening. Start believing in the process. But to do that, to practice things, to work hard on them, you need time. You need real time, hours per day. And to have hours per day, you need not to waste your time. If you are working the whole day, how will you do something? So what you need to realize is you need to balance your life, your work time, with don't waste your time with things that's just garbage. Let's remember about, if you don't watch the last video, please take a look. We talked about that the average person loses 80 years of his life or her life in the traffic jam. 8 years. Then you say it's not 8 years, it's a full 8 years, from 9 to 6. The use of time of a day when you are not so tired. And then you have other things to do, right? 9 to 6 for 8 years, if you study what you want or do meditation, come on, you'll be very, very advanced on that. I'm sure. You can do almost anything in that time to become whoever you want to become. So the problem is not that you are not able to do things. The problem is you don't have the time to do. And our society is very normalized that people don't have time. It doesn't make sense to me. You need to work, but to survive, to have the essential things, the basics, and whatever else you want to have, plus that. But you don't need to stay working the whole day, the whole year to have all that. I'm sure of that. And the time you wasted is enormous and can be redirected to do great things. It's just a question of organization. Your time and the society ways to work. So it's something that needs urgent attention. I hope that these ideas were useful to you, that you think about it and analyze your life, places where you are wasting time, and change it in some way and transform this time in a useful time to do whatever you want to do, and believe in the process. Believe that you, from the beginning, you need time, a lot of it, to develop whatever you want to do. And don't expect some results immediately. This is not a good way to do things. Don't expect nothing. Like and love the process. Enjoy studying that thing, learning that thing, becoming that person. When we enjoy becoming, every teeny step that you do and progress that you achieve will be great and you'll be happy. But when you measure things, it's not good because you're comparing with time. Okay, in 3 months I learned one letter in Chinese alphabet. I know how to draw it and anything else. It sounds okay, but you think you are comparing with your time, but when you forget time because you have time to do, you don't think in terms of time. I'm studying Chinese and I learned the first letter, so that's a great achievement. Then I need to learn the second, but I'm not thinking in terms of time. It's my progress, it's my way to do. Everybody is different, and for some people it's easy to do some things but hard to do others. Keep that in mind. Focus on your progress. Don't waste your time and grow. Thank you.